10,000 steps, everyone. 10,000.
I love it.
Good job. This morning he did. I did.
Doesn't get any better than that, I'll tell you. They just steal your heart. Yeah, it is a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
I'd like to welcome you all to the special Cicero Town Board meeting here on October 18th. For those of you who are not familiar with the room, please note the exits in the front and the side over here. In addition to the town board members, we have with us tonight Tracy Councilman, Gretchen Walter, Karen Segroy, Chris Woznicka, Kate Fiorello, Steve Rotuno, Echo Johans, Mike Grizio, and a number of the members of the Boreal family. So thank you very much. Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Boyke. Here. Counselor Carr. Counselor White. Here. Counselor Bacallo.
Aye.
Supervisor Meyer.
Here. First item on the agenda, Karen would like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, number 2, Nancy.
Approval of abstracts. Resolved, the Cicero Town Board approves abstracts numbers 39 dated 9/29/2021 and number 40 dated 10/6/2021.
Second.
Any discussion on number 2? Clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Boyke.
Yes.
Counselor Carr.
Yes.
Counselor White.
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo.
Aye.
Supervisor Meyer.
Yes, item is adopted. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is, you can tell from the screen here, is recognizing the Boreal family. So I'm going to come down there, and if we can kind of get you all together down here, we'll get a shot, okay?
Goodness, there's a lot.
I think anybody who's been around Cicero knows that if you're going to say, what's a family in the town of Cicero that's the hardest working family in the town, this is a group right here. So I have a proclamation recognizing the Boreal family. I'm running a successful community-oriented family restaurant for over 60 years. Whereas Charles and Caroline Boreal, along with their son Charles and daughter-in-law Edna and son Joseph and daughter-in-law Judith, started the Boreal restaurant on McDonald's Parkway in 1960 after previously owning a restaurant on Grant Boulevard in Syracuse. And whereas they changed the original building from a restaurant and clam bar to a full-service restaurant and clam bar, and whereas over the years, more members of the family worked in the restaurant and took over the ownership while keeping the family theme and atmosphere and provided thousands of local Cicero residents jobs. Whereas the Boreal family hired local contractors and tradespeople to do major additions and upgrades to the restaurant in 1981, along with the captain's room in 1987 and patio in 2004. And whereas the family recognized the importance of community involvement and worked with the South Bay Fire Department, school organizations, civic organizations for meeting space and special events, and partnered with local snowmobilers and dog sled groups to grow Oneida Lake into a year-round attraction for the residents and visitors. Now, therefore, it be resolved, October 18, 2021, the Cicero Town Board recognizes the Boreal family on running a successful community-oriented family restaurant in the town of Cicero for over 60 years. Quite an accomplishment. Well deserved. Can we get somebody to accept it for the family?
I got the second for the family.
I liked his speech too.
Yeah.
Okay. Any of you want to add anything to this? I mean, Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Sparrows. And there are actually a few folks here in this room today who I know one time or another worked at the restaurant, so that's a good thing. So again, thank you very much. We appreciate all your work.
We appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Yep. Yep, have a good one.
Thank you.
Jeremy.
Okay, Nancy, number 4, please.
Approval for the 18-inch planter for the skid steer. Whereas the highway department omitted the 18-inch planter on the last board meeting and needs to approve purchase. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board approves the purchase from Clark Equipment, DBA Bobcat Company, in the amount of $13,061.36 from account code DB 51302.
Second.
Wakey, discussion on number 4. Clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Blakey.
Yes.
Counselor Carr.
Yes.
Counselor White.
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo.
Aye.
Supervisor Meyer.
Yes, item is adopted. Thank you.
Mr. Supervisor, the recognition of the Boreal family is in the form of a resolution, so I think we probably should vote on that, don't you?
I'll go along with that, Mr. Carter.
Well, I'm not sure, I mean procedurally, since it's in the. form of-
I strongly suggest your recommendation is acted upon by the board. So if
All
there's
right,
no.
well, you read the resolution, I'll second it.
Right, okay. I'm going to move to waive the reading. Is there objection? to
Oh,
moving
no
the
objection.
No objection.
Okay. So we have number 3. I've introduced it. We need a second.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Carp, all in favor of number 3?
Aye.
Thank you. Item is adopted. Thank you for that, Mr. Carp. Okay, number 5, approve the hiring of John Laparella as a full-time police officer, whereas the police department has a need to fill a position after a recent retirement. Now therefore be resolved that the town board approves John Laparella as a full-time police officer at a pay rate of $51,562.74 annually with a start date of October 24th, 2021, budget code B 31201.
Second.
Discussion on number 5. Clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Blakey.
Yes.
Counselor Carr.
Yes.
Counselor White.
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo.
Aye.
Supervisor Meyer.
Yes, item is adopted. Thank you. Mike, number 6.
The board approves hiring a part-time seasonal clerk 1, whereas the town clerk's office has a need for a part-time seasonal clerk 1. Now therefore be it resolved, the town board approves the hire of Jackie Levesque as a part-time seasonal clerk 1 at the hourly pay rate of $13.50 effective October 18th, 2021, budget code A14101.
Second.
Ms. Wakey, discussion? Clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Blakey.
Yes.
Counselor Carr.
Yes.
Counselor White.
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo.
Aye.
Supervisor Meyer.
Yes, item is adopted. Thank you. Number 7, the board approves the purchase of a MPH Industries speed control mobile traffic calming radar trailer. Whereas the town board approves the purchase of MPH Industries speed patrol mobile radar traffic calming trailer with a 18-inch digit speed screen and data collection system for safety enforcement and education within town Cicero. Now therefore be resolved, town board approves the purchase of a MPH Industries speed patrol traffic calming radar trailer for the police department in the amount of $9,827 under New York State bid contract NASPO 00218, budget code B 312056.
I'll second, and that was a tongue twister.
Those are words don't go together too often. Okay, we have a motion, a second discussion on number 7. Clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Blakey.
Yes.
Counselor Carr.
Yes.
Counselor White.
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo.
Aye.
Supervisor Meyer.
Yes, item is adopted. Thank you. Jonathan, number 8.
Whereas the town is in need to establish a sewer remediation trust fund to collect funds from applicants making new sewer connections or changing use on an existing sewer connection that results in an increase in flow to the system, pay a one-time fee for infiltration and flow reduction. And whereas individual homeowner connections will not be subject to the fee unless special circumstances are resolved. Now therefore be resolved, the Cicero Town Board sets Wednesday, October 27th, 2021 at 6:30 PM at 8236 Brewerton Road for a public hearing to consider a sewer remediation trust fund law and establish a sewer remediation section in the Cicero Code Book, which will be proposed as local law number 13 of 2021, effective upon filing with the New York Secretary of State.
Second.
Discussion. Kate, did you want to offer anything to all of this?
Oh, this is really just to codify the practice of requiring fees from new developments to add to our fund for I&I offset.
Okay, further discussion? Clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Boyke,
Yes.
Counselor Carr.
Yes.
Counselor White,
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo,
Aye.
Supervisor Meyer.
Yes, item is adopted. Thank you. Judy, number 9.
Set public hearing for a local law to exceed the tax cap. Resolve, the Cicero Town Board sets Wednesday, October 27, 2021 at 6:30 at 8236 Brewerton Road, Cicero, New York, to hold a public hearing to consider passing a local law to exceed the 2% tax cap for the 2022 Town of Cicero budget.
A second. I'll second it. Discussion on number 9.
I think this strikes me as a little bit premature. I mean, I know it's a good tool to have in the toolbox, but I don't think we're going to have to exceed the tax cap, and we have plenty of meetings before we have to vote on the budget. I think if we end up needing to, there's other opportunities to set a public hearing and hold one. So I just, again, it's a good tool to have, but I don't know that we're going to need it, and I think this is premature.
We have to pass it before the budget process concludes, so it's,
I understand.
I mean, we can have the public, set the public hearing and keep the public hearing open. It doesn't have to be acted upon by that date, but we have to open it up sometime. Okay, clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Boyke,
Yes.
Counselor Carr.
No.
Counselor White,
No.
Counselor Bacallo,
No.
Supervisor Meyer.
Yes, okay, item is defeated. Next item, number 10 has been pulled. We took care of that item last time. Okay, number 11, calling for a public hearing for the 2022 preliminary budget. Resolved, the Cicero Town Board will conduct a public hearing on Friday, October 29th at 8236 Brewerton Road at approximately 4:30 PM concerning the 2022 Town of Cicero preliminary budget, and where the preliminary budget is available at the office of the town clerk and where it may be inspected by any interested person during office hours, and be it further resolved that the purpose of the public hearing shall be to seek public input on the preliminary budget prior to approval of the final budget. At such hearing, any person may be heard in favor or against the preliminary budget as compiled for or against any item or items therein, and be it further resolved that the public hearing shall include information on the salaries of elected officials, including the town supervisor, $57,000, town council, $11,552, town clerk, $57,840, receiver taxes, $60,910, highway superintendent, $73,967, and town justices, $50,700.
Second.
Discussion on number 11. Clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Boyke,
Yes.
Counselor Carr.
Yes.
Counselor White,
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo,
Aye.
Supervisor Meyer.
Yes, item is adopted. Thank you. Okay, those are,
Bill, did we skip one?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, number 10, we left off because we did that last time.
I announced that we pulled number 10. We did it
Okay,
last time.
thank you.
Okay, those are the regular business items for the meeting. The next part will be the item for the budget review. The assessors at that table, are you all comfortable having her do a presentation from the table, or do you like to have it go to the podium?
No objection if she wants to.
Okay, any objection? Okay, Karen, there you are. Go for it.
I don't think I have many changes. The only changes I have is under the personal services with the raise for the clerk and the data collector. And then I have, I just have a decrease in my contractual, so I don't have any other increases, right? Yeah, everything's pretty much the same as last year.
Okay, any questions on number 12?
No questions.
Okay, move along. Okay, now the big gorilla. He says if not the second most number of pages in the budget. Chris, number 13.
You guys made your cut, and I guess we can live with it. The only question I'm gonna have is for the overhang. We have an estimate from MRB, it's gonna be up around 225,000 to complete that overhang. If the town board decides to go with MRB, they have a $18,000 estimate to, draw up quotes and bids and send it out to bid to finish the overhang and review them and bring it to the board to award the bid. I think you guys wanted to do 175,000. I suggest you up it a little bit because the price of materials for next year is going to be higher. The metal. We still have to do the cameras, the dry fire protection out there, electrical. I would suggest you, if you want to finish that overhang, which I suggest we do, to keep it up around 200.
Chris, were you saying that the 18,000 was included in that number? Or is that separate?
No, that's separate.
Okay.
Chris, with the fact that fuel prices are going up and natural gas is going up, I need to have you give some assurance to the board that the items you have in, whether it's snow removal or road work or blacktop or whatever, is you're comfortable with the numbers in here.
I believe it. We'll be all right. Okay. Not, I'll go and find the money.
But we got some here.
No, Terry did a very good job with the budget, and we spoke with Mr. Meyer on it. We went through it. We made cuts where we felt.
Chris, I haven't had an opportunity really to divulge this, so I haven't made any opinions one way or the other.
Okay, and of course, you'll be available to answer questions. Okay, is that it for any questions from the board?
No, it
Okay.
was great to go through it with Elka and Counselor White yesterday.
Okay, thank you. Comptroller, you get to talk about revenue, please. If you would go through 14, 15, 16 first, and then the revenue items.
All right, there's on page 14 of the little handout, which is not the 14th page, but it's marked page 14 and corresponds with the page 14 in the preliminary budget. As far as budgeting for revenues go, I'm a conservative revenue budgeter. I don't want to be overestimating what we might receive. That's a good way to take some hits on fund balance. So I've gone through each item and compared it with our actual revenues from prior years, and also did a projection on what I expect our revenues to be for this year, and have included those figures. The big downswings would be, especially from last year, would be interest income. Our interest income has decreased probably by about $60,000 throughout all the funds from last year. That's quite the jump down. Another place I budgeted very conservatively was for fines and forfeiture bail. I see those funds decreasing, and the way the legislation is with that, people can make easy payments now, and how many, I'm not sure how the collection is going to go on the easy payment plan. So I budget very conservatively. The way our budgeting process works is we go through our appropriations first, see what other revenue sources we have, and then whatever it takes to make it up will be through either taxes or use of fund balance. Goes for the A and the B and the highway. So the numbers are there for, the board members to review. I was able to go over them a little bit with Mike and Nancy over the weekend, but like I said, I go conservative.
Okay, so any further comments on 14, 15, or 16. Okay, moving along. 17, debt service.
Debt service, yay. Pay for things we already have. The thing I put, the debt schedule in there and going out to 2024, the principal and interest payments have already been included within the budget. But the big thing to note is if we stay on course in 2024, our band payments will be reduced by almost $400,000 from where they are right now. That's a nice decrease. But that will also depend upon not doing any large borrowings in the next 2 years. So that's the big swing there. I've tried to level off the debt payments for 22 and 23. Last year, the governor allowed band payments to be spread over 7 years as opposed to 5 years. So we would have otherwise had to have made very, very large debt payments on our bands this year if I wasn't able to spread it out a little more evenly over the next 2 years. But then those will be paid off and our band payment will go down from $693,000 to $300,000.
I'd like to remind the board on that excellent rate we got on the. financial
Oh,
aid.
yes, that
Really-
excellent.
really-
I was able to borrow, I wish I could do this personally almost, $1 million for a year and only pay $3,400. What I could do with that, but could get in trouble too. So, but $3,400, I mean, interest, it cost more this year for the fees for fiscal advisors and the printing of the bands than the interest cost for the bands. I can just, I hope they stay low for next year. That's why you don't see any interest figures for 2023 on the bands, because I don't know what that figure is going to be until we renew the bands next March.
Okay, any questions on number 17 on debt service? Okay, 18, special items.
Special items are special because I guess I'm the only one who gets to choose what goes in here. I upped our insurance a little bit. I noticed that insurance for everything is going up, so I upped that by $2,000. I decreased the special judgments and claims. I mean, that's almost like, I hate to use the word foof item, but some years we don't use that and that just gets rolled into fund balance. So I put it down to 10,000 as opposed to 20. I guess if we have a large tax certiorari come in, hopefully I'll know about that a year before so that I can truly include a good number in the budget. And then I've included $100,000 for the special items contingent account. That's for the, we didn't know that was coming. Funds, which it's good to have those. You never know what's going to come up down the road. If somebody wants me to find extra highway money or something, that's where it comes out of.
It's a pretty low contingency, but at least we have something in there.
So those are the special items.
Okay, any other comments on number 18? Okay, that's good. Okay, number 19, I have no items. Board members have any items?
I just have one.
Okay. Or Councilman?
Yes, on behalf of the Friends of the Canteen, I would just like to give a friendly reminder again. I was asked by Teresa Roth to mention this. Their spaghetti dinner, eat-in or takeout is on Saturday, October 23rd, from 3 to 6:30 at the Cicero Senior Center, 5924 Lathrop Drive. Advanced sale tickets are $5 and at the door they're $8. To purchase the tickets, please call the canteen at 315-699-1391 or purchase at the Cicero Senior Center. Thank you.
Okay, board members, any items? Okay, not seeing any hands. Public input, number 20. Not seeing any hands on that. Next meeting is October 25th, we'll have continuation of budget review and our regular town board business. I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
Voice vote, all in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned. See you the 25th.